Hello and welcome to another Tuesday talk. And today I've got Paul with me. Hi, Paul.
Hi, Rod.
Yeah, it's good to see you. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, guys. My name's Paul Beckwon. I am a Rosendale resident and work in the area also.
Okay, that is brilliant. Now, when I sort of twisted your arm nicely, I hasten to add, to come on this, it was to talk about Alpha. So, what was it that made you choose to do the Alpha course?
I've always had some sort of faith, but have I embraced it? No. Have I put any action in around it? No. But what brought me to the Alpha course was a dear colleague and friend of mine, and he knows a great deal about me. And I suppose with that working relationship has brought a lot of trust. So it was trust that brought me to the course.
Right. No,
You know,
yeah. I mean, that's interesting. And the part that somebody else played in inviting you along, but I'm assuming it's trust in this colleague.
yeah, and just by I've had many mentors in the last few years. In the work that I do and so forth. But this colleague in general of growing in myself and a lot of personal development with that. And he trusted me, and I really cherish that.
Mm,
For
yeah,
somebody to put the hand out and leave the ladder down for me to climb.
yeah.
So that's why I came to the course. Trusted him,
No, brilliant. Now, of course, we've been doing the course online on Zoom. Uh, did it feel weird meeting a bunch of strangers on Zoom?
If I'm completely honest, when I first I was quite nervous when I first agreed that, yeah, I'm going to give it a go. And that was for a number of reasons. Now, the first night, when we went on there and there was all these strange people, my first thought was, these people are not like me. They haven't got the same history as me. Surely, and just real sort of quite judgmental. And I was so wrong, I was so wrong, and I kept me cards very close to my chest, and I thought, there's no way I can be open with these guys. It was a bit like,
Yeah, but you did
yeah,
open up, didn't you? Bit by bit along the way. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Well, it was only through the group and through the videos where we were all getting our time to share, and so forth. We really get to start getting to know people, and it's like, wow, these guys are just the same as me. We're people. Whichever journey or pathway that is, I found them really interesting. The guys that were on the group, and which allowed me myself to give myself permission to say, do you know what, I'm gonna contribute, to allow myself to do that. It's great, yeah.
yeah. I suppose there is the old adage, isn't it? You get out of things what you put into them. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. You mentioned there videos as well as discussion. We'll maybe pick up discussion in a moment, but videos. What did you think of the videos that we were watching?
for me, when I started, even from the first video, my first general thought was this is all going to be about people waving the Bible, you know, and it's gonna. I just had a judgment that I was just so wrong. When I started watching the videos, it was about history, it was about compassion, and the videos themselves. I love history, and especially around Paul, you know, and his trips around the Mediterranean, and the city of Ephesus. It was just so interesting and powerful. And the journeys that they took, you know, and it spoke about the disciples, and it was that was like a light bulb moment for me, because when I think about it, even them years ago, they were cut from the same cloth as me, you know, and that was really interesting for me. I just suppose as the groups went on, I was just getting more engrossed with it, you know, and I was taking more interest in it, and even found myself doing my own research throughout the week,
Yeah.
having a look at stuff.
Oh, that's brilliant. I mean, what was the most interesting thing that you found out through your own research?
Well, it was something during the course, and it was an example of yours, Rod, and it was about your experience at university with your friend, and he showed you the map of the stars and the galaxy, and asked you, you know, a simple thing. You think that happened by accident? That was very powerful for me. That and open my mind a lot more. But even through that, knowing the difference between being joyful and happy,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was a big deal for me. That
yeah,
and a bit of a rude awakening, if you like, of not knowing the difference.
yeah,
You know.
yeah, yeah. It's amazing. You know, all sorts of things that we take for granted until we actually step back and start to look at, you know, what do these things mean? What do these words actually mean? Yeah, so it's fascinating.
Yeah, yeah.
So, what was it that you enjoyed the most about doing the Alpha course?
For me, it was about the connection with the group, and it was like it was another purpose for me,
Yeah.
you know, and I really enjoyed looking forward to the next session. I felt like I'm on a little bit of a path here. I've opened the door, opened a little door for myself here, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And I suppose it was that, you know.
So, yeah, so connecting with the group and discovering, you know, some of the things that other people were thinking,
Yeah.
and realizing that maybe this Christian life that we're talking about isn't just a package that you pick up and that's it. There's all sorts of nuances and different facets about it. And people are always on a journey somewhere, and there might be at different stages. Yeah. Yeah. So if you had to pick one thing that you really have got out of doing the course, what would that be?
That, you know, and I don't want to be I don't want to be negative, because I'm not always negative. But what I have took out of it the most is probably that I've been a prisoner of my own mind. You know, and I've been on a journey for several years, but something's just been missing. And I devoted my life 7, 8 years ago to helping other people, and you know, and I've been on many journeys with that, but something was missing. You know, and I think that is what I've took out the course. And as I say, I've just opened the door to.
So, yeah. So would you say that you are discovering what might fill that gap, but maybe not quite having filled it? Is that the best way of putting it?
It is, and I'm actually excited about it, and I'm starting to not understand it because it's too powerful for that. You know, it's just I have something that I've not had before, and I started to come to realize, you know, by being a prisoner of my own mind for many years, life doesn't have to be like that. You know.
So the possibility that the Christian faith holds out is of freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's absolutely brilliant. And do you have a word for what it is that will fill that gap for you?
Now, there's words now: salvation, the Holy Spirit, Jesus. You know,
Yeah.
and I'm still exploring. You know, I've no longer got a picture of God with a grey beard.
I think we talked about that on the course, didn't we?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
And I find it quite comforting through the course of way the Holy Spirit was explained.
Yeah.
You know, I feel as if I understand it a lot clearer. To bringing my own judgment in, and when we first started, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think you know, I think you preempted the next question I was going to ask, which is where where you are. You think now on that journey of faith, but I think you've answered that question in advance. So just finally, as we start to draw to a close here, would you encourage other people to really seriously think about doing an Alpha course?
I would most definitely stand up and speak to a crowd if it's going to bring change.
Yeah.
I'm no, you know, anybody, you know, you can't get on an Alpha course and things are going to get worse. You know, that's the only way I can describe it. You know, not going to get worse or more negative. It can only get better. You know, so for me, you know, from whatever cloth you cut from, it will only benefit long term.
Yeah.
You know.
So
Invited friends to the next one anyway, you know.
You have, yeah, which is great, and hopefully we're gonna have a whole new group as well to take part when we start in September. So, I mean, it's been a real privilege to sit down and chat to you about this and how positive you are about the Alpha course. It's been great to start to get to know you, because I realise that it is the start of getting to know you, what we've been doing, and I look forward to, you know, more and more in the coming weeks, months, years,
Yeah.
hopefully. So, Paul, thank you so much for chatting with me today, and have a great week.
Been an absolute pleasure, Rod, and I've really enjoyed every second of it
Brilliant.
and really helpful. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Paul.